and to make us people of Jannah. We send peace and blessings upon the noblest of mankind, our leader, our prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his household, his companions and wives and children, and all Muslims who follow him in sincerity. Ameen. Please, if you can hear me, I would like one or two reactions before I go on. Can we all hear me? Naam, Jazakumullah khairan. So once again, want to welcome you. I am going to be your host, your anchor for today, and this is the second quarter presentation. This is the second quarter webinar hosted by Fala Conclave. Yes, we held one in January and February, and we're holding the second one now, inshallah. So please, those of us that are just joining, let's endeavor to mute our mics. Let us mute our mics. Let us mute our mics. Jazakumullah khairan. So we're going to start proper. I am your host today, and inshallah, I am Aliyah Atonda, and I'll be joined by two lovely sisters, Sister Balkis and Sister Mariam, today. So, um, first things first, we've done our dua. So I would like for one of us to give us a recitation from the glorious Quran. I would like for one of us to give us the recitation from the glorious Quran, and that will be done by Brother Abdul Basit. Please, are you here, Brother Basit? Brother Abdul Basit. Brother Abdul Basit, can you hear me?
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi
Wa alaikum
wabarakatuh.
salam wa barakatuh.
I'm sorry, please. I was in a place very noisy. So, what do you ask
Okay.
me to do? Huh?
I thought you could give us a recitation from the Quran.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. إن للمتقين مفازا حدائق وأعنابا وكواعب أترابا وكسا دهاقا لا يسمعون فيها لغوا ولا كذابا جزاء من ربك عطاء حسابا رب السماوات والأرض وما بينهما الرحمن لا يملكون منه خطابا صدق الله العظيم.
Kabirullah. Allahu Akbar. Barakallahu feek. We ask Allah to put barakah in it for you, the reciter, and we that we have listened, and we ask Him to make it a wujah for us on the day of judgment. Ameen. Now, inshallah, after that, we're going to have a very brief, because of time, we're trying to manage time as much as we can, and we want you to enjoy this session. So, we're going to have a brief um, welcome address, right, by our convener, Brother Adedokun Ishaq. Bismillah.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I believe you can hear me, right?
Naam wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yes, we can hear you.
Alright, true. Thank you so much, man. I so Alhamdulillah, we give thanks to Almighty Allah, the one who grant us knowledge and the ability to gather a pursuit of what will benefit us. So I warmly welcome you all to Fala Conclave, the second quarter symposium. So, like she said, my name is Sizi Akarirukun, and here at Fala Conclave, our vision is just very simple. Is to enlighten and empower the Muslim Ummah through conversations around faith, finance, and entrepreneurship. So, inshallah, today's session is part of our ongoing effort to provide practical, relevant, and faith aligned insight that can help us navigate the realities of modern life while staying true to our values. Our presence here today matters, and we truly appreciate your effort, and we appreciate you for choosing to be part of this journey. So I encourage every one of us to participate actively, take note, and keep an open mind throughout the session. May Almighty Allah put barakah in our time and in all our doings, and may this gathering a beneficiary for us. Once again, you are most welcome, and we look forward to a rewarding session. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Jazakumullah khairan. We ask Allah to put barakah in your endeavor and to make this beneficial for you and us. Amen. So right. Like I mentioned earlier, this program also was held in January, or February rather. I keep saying January. It was held in February, and it was such a lovely moment for those of us who attended. And we explored financial literacy and entrepreneurial skills within the Muslim community, and we invited three exceptional speakers to come and speak with us. And we had Mr. Abdullah Yusuf on our first day. On our second day, we had Mrs. Kauthar Olanio. And then on our third day, we had Ambassador Taufik, and they shed light into a majority of the problems, financial problems that Muslims run to. Now, we don't want it to stop there. We want it to continue, and we want to ensure that we have more people that are enlightened. The reality is we are Muslims, and because we are Muslims, a lot of people have this opinion that, oh, um, Muslims are poor, and we need to change that narrative. And we're not going to change it just by mouth. We need the right information, the right knowledge, and that is why we are bringing somebody that is also wonderful, right? Somebody that also has vast knowledge in this field. So inshallah, I'm going to be um yes, a sister of mine is going to be doing the introduction of this our speaker because her qualifications are beyond. There is a lot to her. There is a lot of knowledge, a lot of lessons you can learn from her, and then we can pick one or two things that we can inculcate into our own lives itself. So, inshallah, I'm going to be calling on my Sister Balkis, to give us a concise citation. Now, Sister Balkis, you can go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Mm. Wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Now, distinguished guests, entrepreneurs, innovators, and members of our community. You're highly welcome to this, and I want you to join me in welcoming Mrs. Mutiat Olagoke. She is a traditional business coach, a communication expert, a self-concept and SSBCA licensed business development service provider. It's taken to confidence and successful growth. With over 15 years in media personal and small business their results by elevating themselves. Also, as a social catalyst and communication and community leader, Mrs. Mutiat is the visionary behind Media, Egret Learning Hub, Muslima Speaks Tribe, and the thriving Egret Pearls and Egret Girls community. These are spaces built on support, accountability, and shared growth. So she has trained and mentored thousands across Nigeria and beyond through programs like Come for Growth, Blossom for Awesomeness, and the annual Muslima Speak conference, empowering them with communication vision, emotional intelligence, and all they need to thrive in the business and life. So today we are
MashaAllah.
honored to have her with us as our speaker today. You are highly welcome on our screen, Mrs. Mutiat Olagoke. Kindly welcome her for us.
Okay, walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
we
ma'am, we
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you, ma'am.
I'm not sure that I can leave my camera on though. I don't like to do my presentation without camera on because even though all of you on this Google Meet, you don't like to on your cameras. I don't know why. Every time I come on Google Meet, everybody's turning off their camera. Anyway, okay. In the meantime, lighting is good here, but I'm having to hold my phone in my hand. Mr. Hamza meets himself.
Okay, let me my mic.
Okay, thank you. أصدق من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. الحمد لله الحمد لله رب العالمين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Thank you so much for the work. All right. Thank you so much for having me. I pray that I'll make this beneficial. I hope that I've written, when I saw your timetable, I hope I have written, I'm looking at my notes and hope that I've written a presentation I can do in 30 minutes. So I think I have 40 minutes for this. I hope so. So the topic I've been given is from idea to income. And I'm very curious. This is a very, very small class, so I'm sure we can make it very engaging. Can everybody type in their in the chat what they do for now? So that I'm sure I can, use example for you. It may be, do we have entrepreneurs in the house? This topic sounds like a topic for final year students. I want to have an idea of the demography of people in class. Please kindly introduce yourself, where you are, what you're doing right now. Are you a student? Are you a graduate? Are you a business owner? So that gives me the direction, a direction of how to take this conversation. Because this is a question I should have asked the conclave before now, but it's been a very hectic couple of weeks. So please introduce yourself in the chat so that I can have an idea of who's in the audience. The speaker is blurry. Is it because I on my camera? If I off it, maybe you off your own camera. You're not saying that me I'm blurry. You to on your camera. Let us check whether it's your phone. Let all of us on camera. Why am I the only one that is on camera? And me, I'm not saying the speaker is blurry. I'm not blurry. Oh. It's your phone that is blurry. I'm not blurry. Oh. Me, let ever check me for me blurry. I've cleaned my camera. I'm
On my
not
own.
blurry. Okay, so the kid said I am a graduate. Mr. Hamza, if you're on your camera, it keeps echoing. Your speaker, it keeps echoing.
Okay,
Okay,
should
I'm
I
a
move it?
graduate and small business owner. The kid,
Okay,
small
should I
business
move it?
owner selling what?
Please mute your mic. Please mute your mic.
Okay, thank you. Sister Balkis, what are you selling? When you say I'm a graduate, me too, I'm a graduate. Are you a new graduate? I think I can't say me, I'm a graduate because next year we'll make 20 years of living, of doing BSc. So we don't qualify. But when you say you're a graduate, are you a new graduate? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Abib. I'm not blurry again. Mashallah, Usman says I am Olaskomi, a namesake of my brother. 400 level student from the Department of Economics, University of Lorraine. That's my alma mater. And he's also a fashion designer. Fantastic. And you are doing a fantastic course for entrepreneurship, economics. Those of us that did science, we had to learn economics to be able to do business well. So wonderful. Wonderful. So pay attention to your notes. So you need it in real life. You need it in real life. I sell Nigerian rice in wholesales and retail. Fantastic. I love that idea. Mr. Sikiru Adeyemo says he's an electrical and solar installation. He's into electrical and solar installation. Fantastic. I also run a phone recharging hub powered with solar system. Wow. Where is that? There's a tech bro in the house called Quick Wicks. That's like three consonants following themselves. Anyway, Quick Wicks is a tech. Yes, Quicks. Oh, Quicks. Allah Akbar. They build websites for businesses. Amazing. Alia Atwanda is a teacher, fashion designer, and a voiceover artist, and a virtual assistant. You are a lot of things. Allah Mubarak. So, how does my topic relate to all of you? Whether you're starting a business for the first time, or you already have businesses, ideas are probably the most important thing that you will have as a human being, particularly to make a living. And here's the thing with ideas. So I'm looking at you and I'm like, okay, all these people are entrepreneurs. They already have something they are doing. Why do they need to be in this class? I've been running event media since 2009. And I will tell you for a fact that the only reason this business exists today is because I've been able to turn ideas to income. The idea that I started my business with in 2009 is not what is paying my bill today. In fact, right now, every year when we're writing our business plan, my operations manager will ask me again. And I'm saying in the last 3 years, she'll ask me again, when are we relaunching Kiddies Digest? And I'll say, oh, do we are we going to make it an app? Is it going to be a physical magazine like the last time? Are we going to make it a digital magazine? How do we do it? Okay, let's build a community of parents who will easily buy it when we launch. Then I'll make an excuse or two and we'll end up not launching again. We're supposed to relaunch on Children's Day this year, and somehow I managed to push it forward because, and I think of all the many reasons I have, the core reason from a perspective of a strategist is that I have better ideas that are giving me more income with less trouble than publishing a children magazine, and that I need to work so hard to up my subscription numbers and chase agents about to get sponsorship and adverts. The easiest ideas that have brought me money are ideas where I can sell directly to customer. Publishing is your direct customers. The readers are not even your customers. So, and then you need to work on your numbers. It is that number you now take to sell to the sponsors. You know, like influencer marketing, right? And magazine and newspaper, and those were the whole traditional ways of influencer marketing. And quite frankly, doing this for 17 years, I can't have a third party have so much power on my income. And so I've tasted chasing sponsors. I have tasted making money directly from products that I sell that I can convince the customer myself without. And I like direct marketing. But do I love publishing? Yes. I'm passionate about communication. I'm passionate about children. We still publish. I have more than I think I have more than 6 Instagram pages, potential Instagram pages. I have more than 8 platforms across X, across social media, TikTok, X, LinkedIn, everywhere. And a lot of writers and content creators that work for me as volunteers and core staff. And so, yes, that's a form of publishing too. But the ideas that have made me the most money have come outside of that. And it took me a while to get in sync with that thought that the publishing will open doors for me. It did. It opened doors for me. It taught me things about marketing that I wouldn't have known without it. Can't take away publishing from my journey. But the ability to turn an idea and be able to make money from it is what has kept my business going for 17 years. Because when I started, I didn't start as wanting to even make money. I wanted to start a children magazine to inspire change. And that's something that a lot of you, especially those of you in social enterprise, you want to start selling hijab because you're passionate about modesty. You want to start selling solar power because you're passionate about tech. You want to do tech because you're passionate about tech. Passion is good, but will passion make you money? The truth, if you do not channel it, if you don't channel the opportunities, the business opportunities in it, it won't. And we're going to talk about a few things that hold Muslims back along the line, but let's get straight into it. Many people are sitting on valuable skills. All of you are actually sitting on valuable skills, but you are yet to recognize them as potential sources of halal income. Some of you believe that you can only start with huge capital. You know, the women of my family or the or Yawole of my family, if you meet them, some of my cousins till date, and why are you not doing this? Hey, nobody is helping me. Your uncle is not helping me. Ah, help one family. And I look at some of my cousins and I'm like shaking my head for them. Nobody is helping you. So you're waiting for that uncle who also had 5 children of his own to send through school to come and give you money. Why didn't your own father too make money to give it to you? And then for years, my cousins and some of the women that I meet every day are sitting on ideas they are not doing anything about because they are waiting for money to come and somebody to come and give them money. Bim. All the ideas that are making me multimillionaire annually was all of them. And I say them, I think the only thing people backed me with is the magazine. I had a business partner when I started. That business partner was not inherited from my family house. I had an idea. I shared it with a friend of mine, and he liked it so much. He said, "You know what? I'll be your silent partner." That's one of the ways to turn your ideas into a business. I'm not related to this guy. I met him on NYC camp. And that, yes, I don't know him from anywhere except NYC camp. And 1 week after the service, 1 week after I came back from service, we were talking on the phone and I said, I have this fantastic idea of publishing a children magazine. And it's like, I want to be your business. And I was saying, oh, my old partners, they are not cooperating. I said, I'll be your business partner. And let me tell you the truth. I told the guy that don't worry, I'll do it. I said, no, I'll be your selling partner. I like you. And I like the idea. I eventually lost that partner 4 years into the business, but we are still here because we were able to turn ideas into income. I don't know if there'll be time to tell that story later. What I do know is that many of you think you need to start with huge capital. You need to start with a shop. Be managing that small corner in your father's house now. Many of the big businesses that you saw in the lockdown that are now in China now used to display their product in their husband's dining table. One small wall in their room, they did shelf. That was what you thought was a big shelf. And for years, they sold from that small corner until they could afford a shop. Some of the women in my business community were like that, managing one small room, one extra room that they are not using in their husband's house as shop till they build that business enough for it to employ, to be able to have his own shop. In the last 6 years, we've taken one business from that small room to a whole duplex in Lagos, Nigeria. So it is possible to start without that huge. Some of you also think it has to be a sophisticated product. The richest people in the world are not selling sophisticated anything. Some people, their whole business is carrying cash, carrying their Loma agents. Their entire business is that they have 10 Loma trucks coming to your street to carry the trash out of the street. And they have more money than some of us will ever see from just doing that business. I mean, even in Lagos, it is organized. The government will determine. In Ibadan, in places like Ibadan, I don't know if they now have it organized. So before, it wasn't so organized. Somebody will just enter your go talk to your local, the president of the street. I have this truck. Can you hear me tell your people to subscribe? If you have 10 streets and they are picking up twice a week or once a week or twice a month, and everybody is paying daily, especially in a good area where working jail, it's clean money. And that was somebody's idea. And somebody would have told him that you from a commodity. That it's probably built one house in Ologwenruna or even two self. What did the landlord see while you are there waiting for something sophisticated? As Muslims, we are encouraged to do to seek lawful sustenance and contribute positively to the society. And it is unfortunate that we now live in we now have communities of Muslims in poverty, thinking that is the qadar of Allah, without them doing much. Even though the Quran said man will get what he strives for. Many of us are not striving for anything. We're just sitting there waiting for a miracle. You don't wait for miracles. You strive. Even in the verse of the Quran that Allah told us to pray and be patient, what did he say? He said, seek help. Meaning that you are doing it. Let me say it in Yoruba. I hope. Seek help. Not wish, you are taking it. You are working hard and you need the help of Allah. He now says, seek help with prayer and patience, and Allah is with the patience. But today, we translate that as not doing anything. To us, patience or seeking help means we just sit there waiting for Allah. And unfortunately, in a country that has more Muslims than anybody else, the Muslim economy is the poorest in the country. It is a shame. A religion of a man who was reported to have said in Sahih Bukhari that no one has ever eaten better food than what he earned by the work of his own hands. I mean, that's so important. No one has ever eaten better food than that earned by the work of his own hands. That's an authentic hadith. And yet, we are waiting for somebody to come and give us big money before we. But let me not waste so much of our time because there is science to how to achieve this. So we need to understand, in order to be able to turn skills into halal business opportunities, there are a few things we need to understand. The first one is that there's a difference between a skill and a business. Somebody said that they have a fashion design. They run a fashion design or they are fashion designer. Being a fashion designer, and I hope that is actually in true sense because some of you can only draw one mumu drawing on paper. You can't even sew anything. I say, oh, I'm a fashion designer. And if somebody's design that you are copying, I'm not saying that anybody like that is here, but we're going to tell ourselves the truth. Do you have the skill of fashion design? Did you take a course in pattern making? Did you take a course? I sell clothes. Do you have a fashion merchandising training? Have you interned with someone with fashion design? Or because you know how to wear fine clothes, all of a sudden you just decide that I'm not the fashion design, I'm passionate about clothes. Do you have any training? Is it a skill? A skill is your ability to do something. And let me put well at the back of it. You can do it. It's not just an idea. An idea is a thought. A thought. If you want to translate an idea to a skill, to a business, you need to first make that idea into a skill. There has to be a skill. Sometimes the person who has the idea doesn't necessarily have to have the skill. You know what? You can have the idea for a beautiful Met Gala gown, but you don't have the skill for it. But the only way you can make it a business is that skill in the middle. So what do? You go look for people who have the skills. But you don't have any skill. Again, it can look you are not ready for business. Or you have the idea, oh, what fantastic. But you're not good with working with the people who have the skills. You don't have respect for the people who have the skills. You think your money can just shut people up and they'll do whatever you like. You cannot build a successful business either. And we're not even diving deep into business leadership today at all at all. So a skill is the ability to do something. Do you have the ability to do that idea you have? That's not even an idea. But how do you make the money? You need a skill. A business, on the other hand, is different from a skill. That somebody is a fantastic mechanic doesn't mean they will make a fantastic business owner. You know some of these guys, they're fantastic. Your best tailor is probably fantastic at being a tailor. But he has been running the same shop in the last 20 years you've known him. Every time you meet her, she sabi this jewelry business. So she has an eye for good things. But you've known this your auntie for 30 years. She's not built anything. She's always broke, always doing her job, even though she's been in the business that long. That's because having the skill is different from building a business. Business is a system that allows you to consistently provide value and earn income. Many of us have skills, we have ideas, but we do not have the sense. And that's what it is like. You don't have the business sense to continue to earn income. And one of the easiest skills or one of the easiest sense or skill that you need to have to be able to earn business is marketing. And many of us struggle with marketing, especially because we come from societies where marketing is seen as something dirty. Yeah, lagbe. Abi, is that not what Yoruba people call them? You enter bus, you see that auntie that is selling medicine inside the bus. You are looking at her like, Àǹtí yẹn pa kísà owó. I was trying to market somebody on Facebook Messenger and convince her to buy a particular class. Ashanti Olowon. She told me that, why am I trying to force her to buy it? I'm not trying to force you. It is called sales communication. I'm trying to convince you. Some of us here convincing as forcing because we have money, limiting money beliefs that makes anybody trying to convince us to buy something as our brain will start alarm clock. Ó fẹ́ gbowó lọ́wọ́ mi, ó fẹ́ gbowó lọ́wọ́ tó wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, tó fẹ́ gbà. Anyways, for example, cooking is a skill. Catering business is ó yàtọ̀ sí cooking. I know how to cook. But does that mean I will build a successful catering business? No, because what it takes to build a catering business is not even cooking at all. It is being able to find good cooks to do the work while you do the marketing, and you must be a fantastic host. Ìwọ tó ojú ẹ̀ máa ń pọ̀ káàkiri o fẹ́ ṣe catering business. Graphic design is a skill. Building a branding agency is another conversation entirely. And not all graphic designer can do that. Writing is a skill that you got A in WAEC English. It's different from running a content creation service. And all the Gen Zs that started it, their eyes are seeing shady. Because some of them don't even have, it's not even enough that they don't have business sense. What only respect for people or customers. It's just that's the shaggy that all these influencers are saying, and they don't know anything. They don't stop. And this is something I have seen since 2022. In fact, I created a course for Muslim content creators because of it. They don't understand how to manage people. But just because you know content creation, many of them don't even know marketing. They just know how to write and do videos. And then now they are complaining that business owners don't want to pay. How do you tell me to pay 500,000 for one video? And that's all. I can't post it on my own page. I can't use it for ad. I can't use anything. That's the only thing. If I want you to do 5 videos, I will need to pay 1.5 million. Abba. Even Instagram go gbádùn owó yẹn lọ́wọ́ àwọn èèyàn. Láti wá mọ́ sọ̀wọ́ tó ń lo platform ń lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́. Because there's a difference between content creation and content creation service and business. A lot of people don't know that. etc. So the long and short of this is that many people have skills, but few people have to learn how to package those skills into solutions that people are able to buy and able to sustain the buying. Because let me tell you, I don't want to kill our man, so I know my worth, I know your worth. If you think your worth is 500K for a skill that professional agency are billing their multinational clients the same amount, and you say that's your worth. Yes, you will know your worth for 6 months. And after 6 months, watch music. And this is not a kidney on anybody. I'm just adding social talks. Now, how do you discover your skill or your talent or the idea that you have? How do you make it? How do you come to believe that this idea that came like this, it can be I can channel it into a skill that I can market? Because remember that the formula is idea. From idea, the arrow goes to skill. From skills, it goes to business. And that's the topic. How idea to Abi? In idea to income, turning skills into halal opportunities. So how do you turn your skills into marketable skills? The first question you need to ask yourself, and I hope you're writing this down, is that what do people frequently ask me for help with? What do people frequently ask me for help with? The coaching arm of my business makes 8 figures every year. Mashallah, alhamdulillah. It is hands down the most successful thing I've ever done in my life. But you know what? I've been doing the coaching thing since the first day of my business. I started to monetize it in 2018. That's almost 10 years of my business. Because it never occurred to me. In fact, I used to say that, I can't have my own WhatsApp group. I can't coach anybody. I used to do it for free. Love fellow fool. Some of those people are giving those skills for free. Oh, they don't talk to me now. Okay, Bobby, not because things are no more free, but because I was invited to their table because I was useful. And the moment that I had to focus on my own thing, I wasn't useful to them anymore. In fact, the coaching business itself, it did not even start as a coaching business. I didn't even intend to make it a business. It was just an after service of some of the classes I was teaching for at almost free price. But then my business was scaling and I needed money. The lockdown was coming in. That was even the couple of years before the lockdown. I needed money to grow. Then I sat down and asked myself, I was owing money. In 2017, I was owing money. Owing money. And I just said myself, I'm like, "Báwo mo ṣe fẹ́ make owó?" And my business advisor asked me, okay, what do you have on the table? So I had to sit down, like, okay, what are the things I keep I getting people asking me that I've been saying no to? Then I remember that a lot of parents have been telling me, you teach our children public speaking for 3 months and they can talk. One father told me, you teach my daughter public speaking for 1 week, my shy daughter, and she can stand in front of people to talk. Come and teach me. Yet I wasn't taking them seriously until Allah tested me with six-figure debts. Then I was like, ah, Kimomashi. And then I called my business partner advisor and he said he just bought an exam for $1,000. He could have given me the money. Ọlọ́run ló ní kó má fún mi lówó yẹn. Because if he gave me that money, I would still be sitting on gold till today. Then I remember sitting in my office that evening and started writing down every skill that I have, everything people have asked me about. And I'm like, hey, what? I can do public speaking class for women now, for adults. People have been asking me. I was the one that was saying no, that no, I work with children. With adults, if I have the office. And on days when I don't work with children, I work with their mummies now. Is it not the same thing? That's how I created that course. I remember I tagged the course 50,000 naira. Biggest money I ever collected. And like play, 3 people paid within 1 week. 2 people paid. Other people were asking for other things. And in 2 months, I was able to pay all my creditors. So much so that one of my creditors that assumed that I would not return his money, I returned his money in 6 weeks. He called me and said, Muti, I want to invest in your business. I said, why? He said, you mean pé business tó ń ṣe yẹn lè fún mi ní owó mi padà in less than 2 months? I told the guy that no, that even me, I didn't know that my business could do that. That this experience is what showed me that my business could do it. So even me, I need time to watch that business. I'm not ready for investors right now. Me go first study business. That was the beginning of growing something that was on the brink of collapse to business making 8 figures in profits, not even in revenue. Mashallah, alhamdulillah. So people often reveal our strengths before we recognize them ourselves. People have been asking me for more than 2 years about public speaking training. I was doing it for free. If they call me, do you do public speaking for? I say, no, but I can tell you what to quickly do. I don't do anything for free anymore now. Alhamdulillah. So if someone asks you, can you help me design a flyer? Yes, so don't say, ẹ̀gbọ́n máa bá yín ṣe lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́, má ṣe lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ 10,000 naira ní graphic designer ń gbà ní 7,000. Látòsè ló náà san last. Graphic design, poster tó bẹ́ ṣe, 10,000, 7,000 ń gbà. So the lẹ́gbọ̀n àdúgbò mẹ́ta, that's money. You cannot say ẹ̀gbọ́n ó jẹ́ ìyẹn òun mọ̀ kẹ́ máa need more. Máa bá yín package here for the next 3 months. I will do 10 flyers for you at 60K. Collect the money and put it into your account. Invest it in something that your business needs. Why are you doing it for free? Because you want them to like you. The day that they have better money, they will take it to my brother that will do it for them at 50K. Don't you will see your eyes will do well. So if people say, come and teach me how to cook, you say, mashallah. In fact, as if you know, I was about to launch my cooking class next week. But when you are the first student, and you consult 320K, 350K, mo fẹ́ gbà lọ́wọ́ àwọn èèyàn. Can you edit my document? Of course, now. I've been editing documents since I was in 400 level. How much are you collecting in the market? Be the person. Why will you collect money from me? It will take me time. But you know what? I usually collect 400K from my friends, but then you 50% discount. Collect your money and go. It is that simple. It is that simple. Of course, you're not going to sell everything people ask of you. Otherwise, you will not be able to build a brand out of it. But which one do people ask you the most? And the categories of skills are plenty. You have technical skills like graphic design, photography, video, baking. That's technical. Knowledge based, these ones are the hardest to price because people will look at it like, it's a book of formula idea. Hello, mulo, I say mulo, teaching, coaching, consulting, training. Those ones, in fact, you should build them more. Uh, 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 it's not like you're like buying material now. Eh, ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé mi ṣe training, ẹ mọ iye tí mo san fún course o, material náà ni. Creative skills like writing, content creation, craft, interior decoration, etc, etc. Please tell me in the comments, Abi. Tell me in the chat what the skills you have. What skills do you have? I cannot chat. Now, moving on, identifying problems worth solving. Because I'm sure that all of us have more than 2 or 3 skills we can do well, but it's not all of them we need to sell. That's why one brother like this, he can do everything. If he give you a business card, gbogbo ẹ̀ ló wà ńbẹ̀. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Talented. Me too. I can do a lot of things, but I don't sell all of them. I don't even do all of them because it's time wasting. You say, I can do graphics, I can do printing, I can do this. For instance, I don't print. I print on cards, I print on canvas. My canvas mirrors print on practically anything, glass, but I don't print on nylon. And the other day I was thinking in my mind that why don't I print on nylon? I didn't used to print on nylon because the people that want to print on nylon, want to calculate on nylon for a little move Jenny or nylon. And now I was thinking, and I thought they do more. I don't miss it. Sometimes we are like, a lot of people are buying nylon. I have a business community, and particularly all of them are using nylon for their business. Why am I not doing this? Maybe the turnover of it. But you see, the problem is that any business that I cannot put a price tag, don't tell me long, I'm not doing. If everybody is doing nylon 120K and it's costing us 110 to do it, I can't do it. My office is on Allen Avenue, Ikeja. My rent is more expensive than the guy in Shomolu that you are buying it from. It doesn't make any sense for me to do it. So I'm not doing it. 10,000. You know what 10,000 is? I was asking them the other day, how much do they bring canvas from our production in Surulere to our office in Ikeja? And they're telling me between 7,000 and 9,000. So if I do nylon for you now, I will use 9,000 to bring it to the office for packaging. I to share trimming. No. Some people say, why don't you send it straight from production? I can't send it straight from production because I want to audit it to be sure that everything is complete. And that's something your own nylon maker will not do. My own nylon maker sends me 20 pieces less. So me, I should have collect it and send it to you straight from him. Who will you drag? It's me. So I want you to come to the office. I want to count it. I want to repackage it and then send it to you very neat. So what am I saying? You should identify problems worth solving. It is not all problems that will give you good money. And it's not even all problems that give you good money will give you fulfillment too. And most importantly, in relation to this topic, it is not all problem that is halal for you to solve. So how do you identify the ones worth solving? 3 questions. Number 1, what challenge does my skill solve? It has to be a skill that you have. I prefer that your core business should be something you can do. So, for instance, even if you are the head of your fashion design house or the brother that does solar, yes, he probably has people working for him. But I prefer that he knows how to do it because staff Obama disappoint life way. You should be able to cover up for yourself and save your name. For instance, I can't remember the last time I've seen any of my printers with my eyes. I do frames in Eco. I do canvas in Surulere. They print cards for me in Surulere. In fact, the guy that does the card for me, I don't know who he is. But there was a day last year that my production assistant went AWire. I couldn't get his number and everything. And we had a tea party the next day. And I haven't found my cards. I went down to Surulere and printed the cards from scratch by myself. And I remember my assistant telling me that, Auntie Muti, do you know where he does it? I said, I'm the one that taught him how to do it. I've been doing printing and living on Cold Street since 2014. If in 2014, I spent the whole of the year literally on Cold Street. And in less than an hour, my cards were ready. My tea party went well. Do you know when they delivered the card I was expecting? After the tea party. You know that if I waited for them to meet it, so I personally prefer that whatever business you are building, the skill, the core skills needed, you will know about it. Don't be like that woman that she can't drive. She now annoys her driver. The driver now parks on the third mainland bridge and threw her key on her. Unfortunately for the driver, she actually could drive. She collected the key. He assumed she couldn't drive. She collected the key and drove off, and he was shocked because the guy wanted to toko for her so that she can beg him and say, "There might be." She did not beg. She drove away. But it has happened to one of my family friends before. She was left in the middle of the road because she couldn't drive. You don't want to run a business like that. Is it possible that you will know everything about your business? The bigger it gets, maybe the less you will know, but you should have some idea, especially if you want to build small by yourself. So ask yourself, what challenge does my skill solve? I could talk well. That's my main talent. And what challenge does it solve? I could teach. People can't speak for themselves. So I do it for them and I get paid. Who experiences this challenge? So I knew public speaking. I'd been doing it for more than 10 years. And a lot of the women in the business circle and they were promoting them. Their businesses were growing bigger. Some of them were in corporate and they were promoting them into bigger roles. So I was teaching small children public speaking because I was passionate about communication and children and inspire something. But their mothers were being promoted into managerial roles and they didn't have that skill. And they kept asking me questions. And I thought, why don't I just make this into a course and teach them how to do public speaking well in less than 2 months? And I did it and it worked. So I identified the women who needed it. All women probably needed it, but who are the ones who needed it for their own lives and careers? The small business owners whose businesses were scaling and they were going to pitch to investors and vendors and exhibitors, and then also to the women in Alausa, VI, in careers that were becoming Oga at work, and their job has moved from doing to supervision and presentation. I targeted
Yeah.
those women. And in a few years, I was able to build what I built. I'm not the better go away and stop saying nam. Nam will until they be broken. So when you answer that question, the last question is how urgently do they need the solution? There's some solution that people need, but it's not urgent. You're doing spa service or you sell clothes, and then you decide that, oh, this time of the year is summer. I want to start selling bathing suits. In the last 2 weeks, you should be selling a buyer because what's most urgent in the last 2 weeks is Ashodu. Yes, come and sell bathing suits in August or something. But right now, what is urgent? When you're able to answer these three questions, you will be able to sell your business. Now, a quick one before they send me away. The mindset that you need to make this halal so that I can complete the topic. You need a few things. In order to pursue as Muslim entrepreneurs, yes, people can talk, but our own money is not just about money. Our own smartness is not just about whatever the street does to make money. No, we are people of insan and we are Muslims first before we are anything. Before you are business owners, before you become millionaires, you are Muslim first. And what that means is that Islam must guide your choices. So when you do find the skill, and you answer the questions, identify the customer, set the price and market it, you must remember that the principles of halal business is different from the principle of other businesses. There are things that the Dollar and Co can do that you cannot do because you're Muslim first. And number one is that the product you're packaging must be halal. For instance, maybe people come to you for gist, you want a gist master. You now decide that Auntie Muti said, what do people come to me for? I'm going to start gist lover, if another form of gist lover. You cannot do that. Because when Allah was saying Surah to Muminu, successful in these are the believers. Those who do what? Those who pray, those who give salah, those who do not those talk anyhow, dirty talk and false talk. So even though you are the chief gist master in your community, you are not going to start a business blogging other people's private lives, because a Muslim doesn't do that. What other type of business look normal but are not halal? Take note of those. Another thing is honesty. Honesty. Sometimes you want to lie, especially in this Nigeria. It's like honesty is like second-hand something to everybody. We promise, I'm just marketing it now. You promise something you're not going to deliver. That's not the way of a Muslim. Fair pricing. Even though many of the scholars say that you can price whatever you want to price, but all of them agree that if you're going to sell something in the Mushin that is essential, you will price it according to the livelihood of on income of people in Mushin. And if you now go to Ikoyi, because the whole shop at Gbogbo, you can decide that what they are selling in Mushin 100 naira, you in Ikoyi will sell it at 1,000 naira. Because the truth is that if you sell it at 100 naira in Ikoyi, they will not buy. They will look at it like shop original Nisha. I've had people who will say they don't think they will learn anything in my business class because it is 85K. If it's that good, it should be like 500,000. And I'm saying the class is 85K on the poster. You can even pay as less as 65K. But in truth, the market value of that class is 350K. And there are people who will not come because they think it's too cheap. There are people who attended and said they attended because they just want to see it. Auntie Muti, this thing you are teaching is more than the one I bought for 200K from one coach. And there are people who will not come, which is fine because the people I'm targeting do not have 350K. The Muslim women I want to help cannot even the 85K self now struggle. That's why we're also doing feasibility and collecting 68K from them. And lastly, excellence and trustworthiness. We are people of insan. No matter how fantastic that idea is, no matter how smart you think you are, you must remember that if you don't do it well, don't come and be saying, hey, you don't understand, you should be Muslim sisters. No, and that's the mumu thing that you people used to do. You will deliver my something. Any losho, Emma deliver patanla, Emma anyhow. And then when I want to complain, or you don't even deliver well, and the person is complaining, I say, I don't understand. It's when you are mediocres or doing mediocrity that you remember that Yaniwa. But here's the thing: the reason we must call ourselves out for lack of excellence is because because this is the religion of insan. Unfortunately, Muslims will continue to move mad on ourselves, bringing subpar products, and then expecting me to understand because I'm your fellow Muslim sister. But I'm not going to understand. I'm going to call you out. And the reason I will call you out is because you are a Muslim sister. And we should call ourselves out. And I think that if the more we call ourselves out, the more we're going to be doing ourselves better. To wrap this up, I think the biggest challenge that we have in taking it from ideas to business is that we think we need to start big, especially for the men in the audience. I think women don't even have a problem with starting small. Men, all those brothers, that their wives are the ones running around. You will now ask them, so can you like that only if it's a business? One need, but one wo. Can you not start small? My husband doesn't believe in starting small. So this one is for the men. One of the biggest mistakes people make is waiting for perfection. You are waiting for more money, better equipment, more confidence, more certificate. Meanwhile, opportunity are passing you by. Women and other people are picking up the same idea and growing it. You want to blow in 1 year. But some of us have taken that idea and grew it gradually, and in 5 years, we've finally blown. But you are still there because you don't want to start small. So I challenge everybody here. Start with what you have. Your current level of knowledge, start with it. When I started my business, I didn't know about editing. I got mentors along the way. It's when I met them, Mr. Sonny Rabo and Co, that I knew that my radio voice needed to learn this and that. You learn along the way. But I was able to meet the people who helped me along because I was already on the way. Start with your current knowledge. Start with that your smartphone. Don't wait until you can afford S24. Bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú Samsung tó ní yẹn náà, clean the camera. Take your picture only in the morning. Má yà lọ́sàn-án tó bá ti mọ̀ pé no da. Má yà lálẹ́. Make do with what you have now. And bit by bit. Yes, it's frustrating. It is challenging. But it is better than not starting at all. If your network is not big enough, start with that network. Expand it afterwards. Your experience. I left Ibadan. I'm currently in Ibadan. I left Ibadan because I knew that Lagos Layewa. I went to Lagos. I slept on my friend's mother's couch for 6 years. Walked across Lagos. If you're going to anywhere in Lagos, come and ask me, Maju Wefun, me first day. And today, to walk out of my house, I can't. I have to call Uber. Somebody needs to drive me. You will get there. Small beginnings are not a disadvantage. They are often the training ground for bigger opportunities. Of course, there's visibility and all of the things you are afraid of, fear of failure, fear of criticism, fear of starting. Just start and have faith in Allah. And wallahi, when you start, Allah will guide your steps. Maybe you are saying it in Surat al-Mustaqim every day. Be saying it, He will guide your step. It will let you find. I found my first business partner all the way in Yobe State, the Yobe that I didn't want to go, that I cried when I went. And then after I lost that business partner, next person that helped me was my printer. A man that came from Togo to start his own business in somebody else's shop. It was in that somebody else's shop that he helped me. He's one of my biggest creditors today. And it was because of that support that my business survived losing that partner. So if I had killed myself because I lost the partner, I would have missed the opportunity to meet Mr. Patrick. And Allah guided me to that place. And it wasn't even Mr. Patrick that I went to that shop to meet. I just befriended him and he liked me. I wasn't even his friend. He just said, I like you. And by Allah, he was the one that helped me save my business. From there, I met another set of people that adopted me for another 3 years. And like that. Whenever there's a wall in front of me, Allah in His infinite mercy finds me helpers. But you know what? It all starts from me having faith in Allah, doing it even when it was difficult, showing up even when it was hard, when it looks like what it that's be Allah, and Allah makes a way. That's how we're here. And when people are reading my profile, they'll say, oh my God, oh my God. Sometimes that's not even half of what I have done with my business in the last 16 years. I had to summarize it with AI. But all of the things you read didn't come because life was easy. It didn't come because I waited for somebody. It didn't come because the help was lining up. I found the help with every challenge. Because what did Allah say? With every hardship, there is relief. So if it's looking hard, keep at it. And remember, Ista'inu bi sabri wa salah, inna Allah ma sabirun. Keep at it, seek help with patience and prayer, and Allah will make a way for us. In conclusion, Allah has blessed every one of us with abilities. Some of us are selling our experiences. Some of us, He has blessed us with natural talent that can create value for others. So the question is not whether you have a skill. The question is whether you're willing to develop it, package it, and use it in service for humanity while seeking the pleasure of Allah. So your idea may seem small today, your skill may seem ordinary, but when combined with sincerity, consistency, excellence, and tawakkul, it can become a source of impact, income, and barakah. So do not underestimate Allah. Do not underestimate yourself. Don't underestimate your own idea too. Start where you are, use what you have, and trust Allah. Wallahi, bi'idhnillah, you will grow consistently. And I speak to you as someone who has done that. And grow consistently and allow your skill to become a means of beneficial impact and allow prosperity for yourself. Inshallah. That's it from me. Thank you. I know that I've overused our time. Shall run away. But that's it. Thank you very much. MC, you have your floor back. I'm giving it back to you.
Now, Jazakumullah khairan. I shyly accept my flaw. Now, Jazakumullah khairan. We thank you so much for this. In fact, it's a whole lot. It's a higher education metagon is not enough. So we ask Allah to continue to increase you in knowledge and to bless all your endeavors. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to continue to help you grow as a person, as a community, and as a Muslimah at large. Now, Jazakumullah khairan. Thank you very much for honoring our request, because the 1 hour plus you spent with us is time. Time is money, right? And we know that we took your time, and we ask Allah to replenish it for you in manifolds. Amen. Jazakumullah khairan. On behalf of Fala Conclave, we say a very big Jazakumullah khairan. And I'm very sure that all the listeners have gotten one or two things. I know you're all jotting, you're all writing. There is a whole lot of things that we got from that session. From remembering that we have to have a skill first before we can monetize that skill. And then we have to remember that all we are doing is for the sake of Allah. Whatever we are doing, when we put Allah first, the journey gets easier. It is not easy. Nobody is saying it's going to be easy, but Allah has already promised us that what after hardship is years. She mentioned the years that she had spent striving and trying, and how now she has a reward. She used to walk in the streets of Lagos, and now she's a Yuva lady, right? So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us, to strengthen us, and to keep us firm. Now she has given us an assignment. She has given us an assignment, and inshallah, tomorrow we expect everybody to do that assignment. For those of us that were not listening very well, I wrote down the assignment. So the assignment was, think of a skill that you can monetize. What do you have? What do people call you for? What can you do? What do they say? Oh, Sister Mariam, come and do this for us. Brother Abdulbasit, come and do this for us. What do they call you for? What is that skill that you have that you can monetize? You might have a whole lot of skill, but what are the skills that are peculiar to you and you can monetize? So, without taking much of our time again, we're going to, I'm very sure you all have questions. So, we're going to be, if you have any question, please raise up your hand so we can pick them once. We're just picking the question once. So if you have a question, please raise up your hands. Okay, I've seen one person, just one person is raising their hand. Any other question? Anybody, any question? Only one person is raising their hand. Okay, two people. Two people, okay. Can we? All right, so I'm just going to take these two questions. If you have any other questions, please ask on the group chat. Inshallah, we're going to get your question across to the speaker so she can respond to you and for the community to benefit from it at large. So um the first person, Bismillah.
Assalamu alaikum to our person.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
First, I want to appreciate the
Welcome.
speaker for all what she had said. It's something that has been an inspiring one. So my question goes thus: at the early stage of any business, can someone go to partnership with someone who have the skills? No, I don't have the skills, or even probably I have the skill, but not that enough to get started. So I have someone who knows more about the skills. Can I get into partnership with the person at the early stage? That's my question.
Yes, that's a very smart thing to do. In fact, you may not even necessarily even build the skill. The person can be your contractor and can find contractor. So for instance, my printer, he has been printing for me since 2015. Can I afford to buy my own large format machine? Yes. My I can afford to set up a whole DI printing corner. I have the money now. Well, you see, in the beginning of the business, I thought I should be able to do it by myself. After testing doing it from scratch mm, or having contractors do it, I find outsourcing to contractors is cheaper in the long run. So that's what I did. I left it to contractors. So if in the beginning you can't afford the skill or you are still learning the skill, treat don't treat it's okay to do that. However, what I would ask you to be careful of is you must have a contract in place. We are a people of contract, and Allah in His infinite mercy wrote it in the Quran. Contract is a big deal in Islam. So you must have a contract of how your partnership will work. You must have a contract and then protect your own end of the bargain, because people will take advantage of it. So for instance, if you are into fashion design and this person is your tailor right? And he's the one that knows how to sew. Me, oh, as your business coach, I will advise you, none of your clients must know his shop. First and foremost, you will have a very clear-cut contract on Teshinrone. Don't say because he's my friend, even if he's your father. Because if he's your father self, he has to work, yeah, they are entitled to inheritance. So so if the business brother will take Okobashi daddy, your siblings will cut it and the Sharia will protect them. So if there's no contract, and that's why I think the longest verse in the Quran was one talking about contract, right? The contract is a big deal. So have a contract and then protect your hand. If it's going to be your tailor, no wahala. None of your customers must go and don't let anybody come and meet you in that shop. You are just going to, that's where the business strategy sense is. Let me give you an example. One of my friends, she always liked to do last minute prints. And then one day she said, Muti, you know what? Send me the address of your printer so that my delivery person will go and pick. I said, no, I can't send you the address of my printer. This person eventually scattered the business relationship 6 months after. And then when I saw the stickers she was doing from somebody else, I laughed. It wasn't as good as the one I'm doing for her because my printer, correct printer. Do you know how much it would have paid me if she had gone directly to my printer? Because that's what she would have done. And that's one example of all the many ways that partnership can go wrong. So the partnership is not bad, but you must have clear cut of what this person is doing for you, what you are doing, and protect your own side of the deal. I hope that works.
Nam,
Okay.
Jazakallah khairan. Thank you very much. So to the next speaker now. Let's to the second person wants to ask a question. Please go ahead.
Um, Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alaikum assalam.
I want to thank the presenter, Jazakumullah khairan, Adupe ma'am, and thank you especially for using fashion designer as an example. I really love it. So my question is that um basically some of us that deals with businesses that has to do with seasons, like this fashion design, um àti mọ àsìkò tó máa ń tà, mostly it is during when it is festival periods and all. So the thing is it that when it is not seasonal periods, can we actually do some other things? Or if we know that we want to really face that fashion design business, like we can actually do some things on that particular fashion designing that can keep growing the business rather than jumping to another thing entirely just because we are not in the season. Like how should
Designing is not
we
season now. Fashion designing is not season now. My friends and I are currently wearing 3 dresses from one of our best friends that is a fashion designer. And we buy
yeah.
clothes throughout the year. I have friends selling fabric, jewelries. It's not seasonal. The reason it feels seasonal is because you people are doing traditional marketing. You sit down in your shop, expect people to know that they should come to you. You go to customers. Yes, all
Oh,
the ideas you're talking about works. What are the things that you can be selling off season? Yes, it makes sense. There will be off seasons. Every business has off season. But I think that the biggest problem is not that there is off season. People are always wearing clothes. Also, sell àwọn èèyàn ṣe wà ń bẹ across with my motto. Also, sell àwọn èèyàn lọ wà ń bẹ. People are needing to buy clothes for no reason. Do you know that fashion designs and people selling fashion accessories sold more in the lockdown than they ever sold before then? Because
wow.
finally people are at home and they have the time to browse and they had money sitting in their accounts. So they browse and bought. So it's not seasonal. People are wearing clothes throughout the year. You just need to find your kind of customer and show them dresses every day. The answer to this question is marketing. Consistent in your face marketing. And I know this is difficult because you have to do fashion design plus marketing. But as a business owner, let me tell you your core job. Your core job is actually more fashion marketing than being a fashion designer. You don't have to be a fashion designer. You can hire people to design the clothes, to sew the clothes, to style. Your core job as the CEO is to bring in business, and that's marketing. It's marketing, it is strategy. How do we continue to sell clothes? We want to sell 50 dresses every month. Kilani Latishe. Some months some months it will be easier because it's Eid. Some months we will need to do exhibition. Some other months we will DM all our customers. Pé kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀, ó ti pẹ́ ta ti rí yín. Mo dẹ̀ láṣọ tó fine tẹ́ need. Sometimes, some months we will do sales discounts, but every month there's a strategy to ensure that we're selling. That's how to sell. You know what? Essential goods, like I'm selling canvases and things. There's no season. Does that mean I won't sell? I sell. Every week we release a video called the Canvas of the Week. We create content around why they need to get the Canvas of the Week. And since we've been doing that, maybe there's only been 1 week that we didn't sell. We will be selling consistently. Because let me tell you the secret about selling. Put it in their face. The reason people are not buying is because you're not putting it in their faces enough. Okay. You put it in their faces over and over and over. The more it is in their faces, the more they will buy. Have you never bought something before that you're just like, we shall buy the thing because you're seeing it all the time? That's what them AliExpress and Temu do. They put it in your face. And then it's not even just about come and buy, come and buy. Give me a reason why I should buy. You have a dress that I can use to seduce my husband. You're telling me every day that you want to get pregnant. Oh, wash your own for okay. Oh, you will sell. You will sell. Tomorrow, bring another story again. Story. One of my friends started to sell Ileya. One of my friends started to sell Ileya Kinanfe. Ileya. She wanted to sell Kimau for Ileya. And then I took the dress and I was shouting that those of you that are going to Ileya, you cannot be cooking in your Kimau. You need a simple prayer dress. Tí ò ní kọ́ gi, tí ò ní kọ́ iná. Do you know how many dresses she sold that week? People bought it. They didn't buy it because they want to wear it to eat ground. They bought it because she told them the solution that dress can solve for them. Remember what I said? Identify the problem your clothes can solve for your customer. You should have at least 5 different problems. And then every day, every week 1, talk only about that one problem. You will find somebody who has the problem, they will buy. But that you are sitting now in your shop and saying that maybe people know I'm here. I go to your status and I see something like, I'm still selling what I'm selling. Oh. Then you're not ready. You can take this call.
Hmm. Okay, I think she's on a call. So basically, we are to make a move. We are to make a start. We are to do something first. We are to make a move first. You have your skill, try to make use of it. You don't have to wait until you have a big shop. So let's not forget our assignment, and inshallah we're going to be continuing this session tomorrow, inshallah, and we're going to be bringing another exceptional speaker. I'm not going to tell you who the speaker is because we still have 2 sessions. So when you join tomorrow, inshallah, it's going to be another exceptional person, somebody with immense knowledge who's going to share a lot with you.
I
So
hope
for
you were
those of
able
you,
to get my answer, Sha.
She's back.
yes,
I'm
ma'am.
back. Okay, good. That's my answer. Marketing. But if you
Yes,
have other things you can do that aligns with your business, other things that not only aligns with your business, but is the customer that you have, the people you sell to. So, for instance, I sell to Muslim women. So, at the beginning of the year, I will sell self mastery classes to them. In July, August, I will sell self mastery classes to for their children. So, it's still the same audience, different product. So, what it means is that throughout the year, I'm literally selling to the same set of people. So it makes marketing easier for me. So if you have any other thing that you sell, you can sell that is aligning with your core business, because we don't want people to forget that you're a fashion designer. You're not going to say because you're off season, it's in tamoy. You need to look for other things that you sell. I don't know what the other things could be. It could be jewelry, it could be I don't know, fabric. But whatever it is that decided to sell, it makes sense if it aligns with your business, especially in the beginning, before you start growing the business apart. So for instance, look at this lady on Instagram, on this island. She started with on this and people know her. And then I think last year or so she started to sell laces, and she got that one too, Lace Island. She's still selling laces to the same people buying on this. And then I think last week I saw her advertising polo t-shirt. It's still the same audience. So at the end of the day, what she's doing is sell fashion accessories and co. That's also allowed. But she didn't start selling lace until she has grounded her on this brand. And that one has made her popular. And now she's pivoting to related things that the same audience she has on this island can buy from her. It's different from her saying she wants to be selling furniture. Furniture, for instance, is bought by, can you hear me?
Yes,
Let's
ma'am, we
see.
can hear you.
Furniture, for instance, is bought mostly by men. So if she now decides that she wants to start selling furniture, that means she needs to start marketing and everything visibility from scratch again. That's a lot of work. And that probably defeats the purpose of like doing complementary stuff. It's a lot of work. It's a new, you're starting from the ground up again. So if you are able to find things you can sell to the same audience without distracting them from what you do as a core business, then that's fantastic. But I personally think that fashion in particular does not have an off season. Yes, there will be season where things will be low, but Nigerians are too fashionable and we have parties practically every weekend for you not to be selling something. So help you God.
Naam, Jazakumullah khairan. I hope that really answers your questions. So, inshallah, we'll be having another session tomorrow, and we're also going to be inviting exceptional people. Please, please, and please let us post our enjoyment for today. Today, let us post it on our social media platforms, and remember to join tomorrow, inshallah. Jazakumullah khairan. Thank you so much
Please, I
for
have a
listening.
question. No, I've been
Thank you
raising
so
my
much for
hand
listening.
since.
For those of us that still have a question, please drop your question on the platform. The question will be forwarded to the speaker, inshallah. The time is over and we cannot afford to delay any other person. Jazakumullah khairan. Please, please, and please drop your question on the platform. And you can send it to any of the hosts, inshallah. I mean to the admin, right? To any of the admin. So they'll be able to answer your question, inshallah. Jazakumullah khairan. Now I'm going to call on our Sister Mariam, to give us a closing dua for today, and then we'll continue tomorrow, same time, 5 o'clock, inshallah. Now, okay, so she's advertising our products too. So, Sister Mariam, are you with us? Sister Mariam? Okay, now, inshallah, I don't think she's here, so we're going to recite Wal Asr, and then um we close the meeting. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر سبحان ربك وبحمده أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.